Join me now from Alexandria, Virginia, president of the Market Institute, Charlie Sauer. Charlie, it's great to see you.
Thanks for having me back on.
Charlie, what do you make of this move to ban political ads a week before the election? Seems like a slippery slope. It's probably going to tick off people on both sides.
Well, I think that the big tech companies were kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. And I think that what Facebook is doing here in banning new ads in those last couple of days makes sense. So you don't want that last minute surprise that's brought in by some outside group that doesn't have a chance for the public to verify it. And so while I would prefer a more open network, I think, again, they were caught between a rock and a hard place. And I think that this is a good move for them, not just for politics, but for their brand.
Well, I'm kind of confused because he says he's for free speech and that's what the platform's all about. Yet he is going to limit free speech right before the election. And also, what if there is a big surprise and we need to know about it? I get that you're saying that it needs to be verified possibly right before the election. But why is he the decider of that? I mean, I get that he owns Facebook, but like, why is it his job and his authority to do so? I feel like he's influencing an election.
Well, he's the entrepreneur, the innovator. This is his house that he created, and we're all coming in to visit it. And not only that, but we're coming in to visit it for free. So this is completely under his control. And Facebook, if we look at all of social media, Facebook has been one of the best at allowing free speech. Twitter, for instance, has been pretty good, and then they were not good because they actually felt the pressure from the left and bowed down to them. But we've seen other platforms that have really steered their traffic in another direction. So again, I kind of like what Facebook's been doing. I'm not a fan of this, but I think Mark Zuckerberg's taken a slow approach and really tried to figure out the right way to handle political messaging on his app.
Well, and you think about how big of an influence Facebook actually does have on an election. We've seen in the past, and there's been proof that conservatives have been censored in a sense because of the algorithms. And, you know, of course, there's nobody behind the algorithms tinkering them to make them go a certain way, right? I know you'll probably argue with me on that. But a lot of people get their news from Facebook, too. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about this move. And I'm kind of surprised that he would even step into this like 1 week before. And like I said, I think he's going to end up getting heat on both sides. He's not going to be able to make everyone happy because that seems to be what he's been doing lately. Now, I want to jump topics. This one's pretty interesting and kind of goes along with the power that Facebook and some of these big tech companies have. So the House Democrats are preparing the proposals to overhaul antitrust laws so that lawmakers can easily dismantle big tech companies, namely Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. How do you think this is going to play out?
So I don't think it's going to play out well at all. I think that if Joe Biden gets in the White House and the Democrats take control over the Senate, I think that this goes in a bad place really fast. And I think that's also why it's important for us to understand when we're talking about Facebook that this is their home, their innovation. This is the business that they built. Because what the Democrats are looking to do is really take over this innovation and decide how the businesses should be run. So if we take Amazon as an example, the proposal that you're talking about, the Sicilian proposal, there is a possibility that they won't allow Amazon to advertise next to other individual retailers. And if you break that up, who you are going to hurt are the the small retailers, because Amazon's going to take their products, move them onto a side web page, and that is what they're going to focus on. These individual mom and pop shops that sell goods on Amazon and make a lot of money doing it are the ones that are going to get less traffic and have more sales. But you know, as conservatives, as libertarians, there's people that support markets. We understand that. And so we need to push back on it now. But I also think that comes to the way that we talk about big tech. And we need to understand that Amazon was created out of a garage. Facebook was created in a dorm room. We need to understand that these are businesses. And just like MySpace failed, Facebook or Amazon can fail very quickly.
Yeah, well, I think they're too big. I think they should be broken up. It's very rare that I agree with Democrats on something. Well, Charlie, we're going to have to leave it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.